The Judicial Crisis Network's Carrie Severino co-wrote the book Justice on Trial about the confirmation of Justice Kavanaugh, and she joins us now for more. Carrie, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. What do you make of these latest round of allegations against Justice Kavanaugh?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is just more out of the same playbook that we saw last year. And it's really part of the reason Molly and I wrote our book, because we wanted people to understand this is not just coming out of the blue. We talk about some of the Bork and the Thomas hearings and the kinds of patterns we've seen. We knew there would be another attempt to smear a Supreme Court nominee or justice. We just didn't know it would be Justice Kavanaugh again. We thought maybe it'd be the next nominee. So that's really disturbing to see these kinds of smears being trotted out yet again, I think ultimately in an attempt to threaten and intimidate the justice, because they're worried he's going to make decisions that they don't agree with.
Carrie, Delaware Senator Chris Coons today called the additional FBI investigation at the conclusion of the Kavanaugh Senate hearings a sham. And we remember that the White House ordered a limited investigation. Do you think the Bureau could have done a better job of putting this issue to bed?
The investigation they were doing was an investigation of the credible allegations at the time. The allegation that the New York Times just is talking about is, in fact, not credible. It is only credible if you leave out all of the information that they also left out in their story. The fact that the woman involved herself has said she doesn't even remember it. The fact that the man who's making the allegation, who he is not even talking to the authors of the book himself, has a motive to get back at Kavanaugh because of hostility from the Clinton era, where they were on opposite sides of the Bill Clinton legal drama in Whitewater. So this is one of the dozens of spurious allegations that the FBI had to wade through to get to the credible ones. The compass of the investigation had to do with what those undecided senators felt really was credible and needed to be looked into. This did not fit into that category.
Carrie, Axios has a story out about how Democrats have a 2020 strategy to paint three villains in Washington: President Trump, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, and Justice Kavanaugh. Do you think this is an effective strategy?
I think they're absolutely right that this is part of their strategy. I'm not sure whether it will be effective. We saw last year that the Kavanaugh confirmation certainly did ignite a lot of hostility, opposition, anger, screaming, yelling on their side, but it also really outraged a lot of people on the right and in the center who said, this is not an appropriate way to carry on our public discourse. We don't want to see someone smeared. We don't want to see the idea of due process just thrown out the window simply because we disagree with someone politically. And so I think they risk igniting a lot of those same frustrations again. And I don't think that's what they want to do going into the 2020 election.
Carrie Severino with the Judicial Crisis Network, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.